Hey guys, I'm Jeff.
Guys, I'm Chloe.
This is Chloe. And we're just getting back or driving back from Amanzi River Trails, which is a campsite on the South African-Namibian border. To be precise, 15 minutes. 15 minutes from the border on the Namibian side. You'll find Amanzi Trails. So what we're doing here, Chloe? What we're telling me?
We went camping for about 3 days, and
this is a campsite review, or a review of the campsite.
So basically, just a review of the campsite, letting you know what campsites are like, if they are child friendly or not, because for people, more specifically people who have younger children like we do, and what the ablutions are like, what type of activities get done in the area, and what we did there.
Cool. Enjoy. Amanzi Trails, located between South Africa and Namibia on the Noordoewer border, 700 kilometers from Cape Town International Airport and 850 kilometers from Windhoek, Hosea, Kutaku International Airport. Road conditions both ways coming up to Amanzi Trails are mostly well-kept, long, straight, open-tarred highways, with Springbok being the last and closest large town before the border when coming from South Africa. Just before Amanzi Trails, you'll drive a well-graded gravel road through the small town called Noordoewer, where you are able to refill your vehicle for generally R2 cheaper a litre than in South Africa. If you are South African, you'll need your passport to cross over the border, with current border regulations prohibiting you from bringing meat and eggs into Namibia from South Africa. However, these can be pre-ordered through Amanzi Trails when making the booking for your campsite. On arrival, you are welcomed with green grass and trees throughout the campsite for the well-needed shade. The reception boasts a well-built lapa that has stood through many floods since 2011 and a small shop where you can buy the basics such as wood, ice, wine gums, chips, cool drinks, and both refreshing Namibian and South African alcoholic beverages to withstand the searing Namibian heat at a reasonable price. We were told to carry cash, either South African rand or Namibian dollars, as card facilities were not always available and functioning at the time of our camp. The reception looks out over the campsite situated on the banks of the Orange River. You are generally welcome to set up camp on any one of these open sites. Next to the Lapa is a communal Braai area, where I imagine they cater for groups who take on the challenge of rowing the Orange River over the seasonal period, being the start of December up until mid-January. Apparently during this time they expect up to 200 people in the campsite, so if you are heading up to the river to break away from the crowds and the hustle and the bustle, this is not the time to do so.
The two ablutions that are well spread out through the campsite were found clean and with the general amenities that you can expect from a bathroom, except for a bathtub. So, if you are camping with a baby or younger children, please come prepared with your own basin or baby bath. There are unfortunately no power plugs in the bathrooms, so you will need to do your hair in the comfort of the campsite or just stay wild. The toilet and shower unit provides a private section, although space might be quite tight if you have a larger toiletry bag. though they do have hooks on the wall to hang your towel and clothes. The showers produce a high water pressure, which is always enjoyable and welcomed, especially when washing off the desert heat and sand. And for those dishwashing enthusiasts, right next to the bathrooms, there are sculleries to wash up your dishes and braai utensils. One even has a countertop on either side for stacking dishes and a double kitchen sink, creating more than enough space for a production line of campers to wash, rinse, and dry after a night's meal on the fire. Otherwise, it is not too bad washing dishes with this view whilst eavesdropping on the neighbors.
And finally, we have the campsites that are well kept with green grass and plenty of shade from the trees. Each campsite is a decent size and has a reed fence for privacy. Some of the campsites even have their own mini larper for additional shade. All campsites are equipped with power points, an outside light, and a basin that runs cold water only. The bins and braai areas with already placed grid stands on the campsites are cleaned out daily by the Amanzi staff. As a father of two with a list of chores the length of my arm, this has definitely coaxed me to return here. Then for the campsites on the bank of the river, which are more subjected to the afternoon wind gusts in the summer months, we have the views. The spectacular views of the Orange River that attracts everyone to this peaceful destination. Rock formations on the opposite side of the river, and the wonderful bird life.
Hey Chloe, what were your highlights to stay at Amanzi?
Trip highlights, I must say, was definitely having the opportunity to see and hear fishing for the first time in my life. I felt like I was in a David Attenborough documentary. Oh, it was phenomenal. There was a breeding pair just across the way from our campsite, so they had a nest in the cliff. So if you are an avid bird watcher, I would most definitely recommend going to Orange River or Amanzi Trails. It should be a bucket list item because there are so many different kinds of birds there. I mean, you see different herons, you see blue cranes, kingfishers. I mean, we saw how many kingfishers going, like they were right in front of our campsite fishing. The way they hovered over the water and dove in for fish was really
Kingfishers fishing.
Yeah, the kingfishers fishing. It's a new Jeff.
Yeah, definitely the same. It was the nature that blew me away at the end of the day. Just opening up the tent in the morning, seeing the grass, green grass, and then the river, and across the river, the rock formations that housed all the birds, and basically it just became a bit of a haven for the birds. It was really beautiful, and I mean, this is why we camp,
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Being immersed.
But yeah, and I also think just Amanzi in general, well done to the team at Amanzi, especially considering they're coming from a flood in 2023 and to have rebuilt that campsite and added all the features that they have in, and just the general state of the campsite, the cleanliness and everything. Really neat, well put together campsite. Really enjoyed it and enjoyed our stay at Amanzi. And yeah, onwards and upwards to many more. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and follow along as we travel the rest of the campsites in the Western Cape of South Africa. That's as we plan on doing many more of these reviews in the time to come. Yes, thanks. Cheers guys.
Happy camping.
Happy camping.
Yes.